everyone, and welcome to our webinar this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We have about 50 packs here today. So let me introduce myself. Some of you may not have seen me before. My name is Nadia, and I am the Partnerships Manager in the community team here in EasyStore. So hello, everybody. All right. So let's just get started into today's webinar. So today's webinar's topic is about selling to Singapore the easy way. It is a collaboration with EasyParcel and EasyStore. So today's speakers is Mr. Amirul Mokhtar, who is our head of community here at EasyStore. So he is actually an experienced e-commerce trainer, has been involved in the he's been involved in the e-commerce world since 2012. He has his own e-commerce business, and he also does digital marketing for many of his clients. And on EasyParcel side, we actually have Miss Mastura. She has a firm background in new media communication and entrepreneurship. So in 2018, she actually began her career in EasyParcel as a business consultant, and at the same time helping to expand to the Malay market lah. So now, because of her deep interest in marketing, she became an internet marketer and is actively involved in creating content, in video creation, social media, and now she's also one of our speakers here today. So maybe the attendees, you can say hello, introduce yourself, your name, maybe your business as well. Let's get to know each other. Okay, so all right, I'll be passing the floor on to Mr. Amirul to kick off this session. All right, Amirul, on to you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. All right, can you see my screen? Okay. All right, so let's get started with our topic for today. So we're going to talk about selling to Singapore market. So I'll just be sharing some tips and guides on how you guys can do that. So that would be our topic for today, the guide to selling to Singapore market. All right, so here are some insights on the Singapore e-commerce market. So there's a study by JP Morgan. They did a research, and based on that study, it shows that 73% of online shoppers in Singapore, they actually have bought items from overseas online stores. So this is something interesting, and it's definitely an opportunity for us as sellers in Malaysia. So you can imagine Singaporeans, majority, they like to buy online from outside of Singapore, so not just within Singapore. So it's probably because that you can think of things like maybe the pricing, maybe it's a bit more expensive to buy something locally. So if they have a cheaper option, so they are looking for bargains as well. So they are not just like looking for luxury items, more expensive items. They are also looking for bargains, and so if they can get the items from outside of Malaysia at cheaper, for a cheaper price, then of course they will try to purchase it outside of Singapore. But then you have to consider the shipping as well. So this is another topic that we'll be discussing later on. Mastura will be sharing. So another insight is that Singaporeans tend to favor cashless methods, and this is definitely good because for us in Malaysia, for us to accept payments outside of Malaysia, we would need to, like if they are doing like bank transfers or cash, it will be very difficult. Bank transfer, you would need to open up accounts in Singapore. So Singaporeans, they actually favor more cashless methods, and the number one payment method will be credit card. So this is something good because you can easily accept payments using credit cards, and credit cards is, it's globally accepted. So you have your Visa and your Master and American Express and so on. So those are in terms of the payment. And then English and Mandarin is widely used in Singapore, so which makes it an easier in terms of the barrier to entry. It makes it an easier market to go into because you can just use English. So if you're using English and Mandarin, then you can go into Singapore. So they don't have like very they speak Malay as well, but it's not like very localized in terms of the language. So you can still use English. So it makes Singapore a good market to go into in terms of the opportunities that is available right now. So it's not very hard in terms of the barrier to entry to go into Singapore e-commerce market. Some product categories. So these are the top e-commerce product category. You have your consumer electronics, fashion and beauty, toys, DIY, and hobbies, personal care. So this is pretty much like similar to Malaysia as well and worldwide. So these are the categories that are very common. So similar to Singapore as well. So these are like common e-commerce product category that we can go into. And the number one being consumer electronics, of course. But so in terms of like spending, consumer electronics is number one. But the others, they are common as well, and it's quite a popular category. So especially like fashion and beauty, toys, moms and babies types of category is something that is quite good. Personal care, there are some stuff like cosmetics that it might be cheaper to get from outside of Singapore. So they are looking for more bargains. So you can look into these product categories. Food might be harder. Food is popular, but food will be harder in terms of like cross-border. So if you are local in Singapore, then food will be like a big market as well in terms of the product category. So in terms of like e-commerce cross-border, this would be the top e-commerce product category that you want to be looking into to go into Singapore. Okay, so how do you get in front of shoppers in Singapore? They buy from marketplaces as well. So similar to like Malaysia, we have Shopee and Lazada. So Singapore also have marketplaces. But the thing about marketplaces is that if you are local in that country, then it's easier for you to onboard these marketplaces. So if you are in Singapore, then it's easier for you to sell on Shopee Singapore. But if you are in cross-border, if you are in Malaysia and you want to go into Singapore by going into these marketplaces, it will be much harder because like, for example, like Shopee, I know, okay, Shopee, they have something called the Shopee International Platform, which helps you to sell to other Shopee platforms in other countries. And it's not simply like, okay, you are in Malaysia, you can open up a Shopee Singapore account. So it's not as simple as that because you will need to go through their cross-border program, which is the Shopee International Platform. And it's not that simple as well. You actually need to be invited. I'm not sure if you don't have an invitation, then I'm not sure like how would you like to apply for this. So you can ask maybe your whoever that you can get in touch with at Shopee to help. You can contact their customer service or maybe even go to, I know they have some articles on the Shopee Seller Education Hub regarding the Shopee International platform. So there are others as well, like Carousel, Lazada, Amazon, Q10, and Zalora. So same situation in all of these platforms. If you are local in Singapore, then it's easier for you to onboard these marketplaces in Singapore. But if you are in Malaysia, then it'll be much harder. So I know like something like Lazada also have something similar with Shopee. So they have a cross-border program. So you can find out more about that. And Amazon, it's really hard to get into Amazon. Amazon requires a lot of like verifications, paperwork, documentations, and all of those things. Because Amazon, they don't simply like let everyone to the platform. So there are like lots of things that you need to do like cross-border in these marketplaces. So it's not as simple as like, okay, in Malaysia, you can just register a Shopee account, a merchant account, and then we can start selling on Shopee. So it's not as simple as that, but it is possible. So you would need to contact these platforms to figure out what are the ways that you can enter into these marketplaces selling into Singapore. So do look into this. I don't have as much information on how to get to these marketplaces, but you can try to find out from the different marketplaces in terms of like how can you do cross-border into their own platform in other countries as well, especially Singapore. So, like for me, I highly recommend doing your own digital marketing because you don't have to go through all of that process. So one example is using Facebook ads. So you can see from this screenshot, this is the Facebook ads platform. So you can actually target by country. So you target the people in Singapore. So instead of targeting people in Malaysia, you can target the people in Singapore. So you can see here, there's almost 5 million people that you can target, the potential reach. So this is just targeting a broad category, meaning that age 18 to 65 and above, all genders. So you can almost reach 5 million people. So Singapore doesn't have that many people like Malaysia. So this would be, the potential reach would be much smaller in terms of the population. So what you can do with Facebook ads, you target Singapore, and then of course in the interest part, you will need to figure out like what are the interests in Singapore, because you cannot use the same interest as in like Malaysia targeting if you are running currently running Facebook ads right now. So you might not be able to use the same, or like the people there might have totally different interests than your existing customer profile, your existing customer avatar in Malaysia. So you need to figure that out, like what are the targeting. Facebook took out the Facebook audience insight, so it's a bit hard to figure out like the interests right now, but you can just go into like your Facebook ads account, and then you go into targeting, and then you just play around with the different suggestions that Facebook gives. So there is something like Facebook audience insight within the ads manager, your Facebook business manager. You can find something like audience insight, but the data is not as good as before, the Facebook audience insight as before. So they do give you like top pages, but the top pages, no matter like what interest that you put in, the top pages are pretty much the same. They have something like McDonald's, and so like all of these like top pages that they listed out. So you can try to start with those, or you just do some research based on what do you think, what are the popular magazines, what are the popular newspaper, and so on that people see in Singapore. So you can target based on that. And then Google Ads also can do targeting by country. So you can focus your ads on Singapore. So this would be a great way to start as compared to like the marketplaces that you need to go through the applications and so on. So with digital marketing, you can just set up, okay, you want to target Singapore, then people in Singapore will see your ads. And then you can also look into influencer marketing. I think this is also a good way. You can just find like influencers in Singapore who are the influencers that people in Singapore are following on Instagram, on TikTok, or on Twitter maybe. So look into these influencers and then work out something with them. So this is also a good way to go into Singapore. So digital marketing. But of course, with digital marketing, then okay, you have to bring the traffic somewhere, right? You have to bring them to your own online store, or you can just use maybe your social media or something. But I suggest using your international online store. So you can use EasyStore to build your website. So your website is available internationally, meaning that there is no limit into like who can see your website based on countries. So everyone can see your website, doesn't matter like which country they are in. So if you are doing the Facebook ads, so you are targeting the people in Singapore, so you can bring the traffic back to your online store. Okay, so your website is available to the people in Singapore as well. So they can see, they can browse your products. And then with EasyStore, you can set up different payment methods as well as the currency. So how you set up currency in EasyStore is just you go into the payment settings, you go into settings, and then you just find the currency settings, and then you can add currency Singapore dollar. So the setting will be, okay, you can input the exchange rate that you want. So it's not auto. you will have to key in. So in this case, you can see like below, I put in, okay, 1 ringgit equals to 0.33 Singapore dollars. So that is the rate that I put in. So you can put in even higher. So if you like want to something like markup lah. So if you are selling to Singapore and you want to increase a bit the price, then you just increase the exchange rate, the number. So one ringgit would equal to maybe 0.4 instead of 0.34. So which will make the Singapore dollar pricing that they see for Singapore, it will be much higher. So that's how you would do it. But if you like want to, have totally control, I mean, this is what it would look like. So this is an example of a website. So you can see on top, Singapore dollar is selected. So the other currency is Ringgit Malaysia, MYR. So in this case, I've selected Singapore dollar. So the price changed to Singapore dollar. The price that displayed will be in Singapore dollar. So I saw one of the questions asked earlier, will they like automatically see the pricing? And so to answer this question is actually no. So we don't have like auto detect based on the currency. So if they would need to change it. So if you want to like more control in terms of the pricing, like totally separate pricing, or you want to have a website that is specific for Singapore, because in terms of the content, you want to make it different, you want to be more focused on Singapore, then you would need to have another website, a separate website to showcase like specific content for Singaporeans and the pricing and so on. So those are the different options that you can use. Okay, and in terms of the payment, since how you would want to accept payment is through credit card, by using credit card. So any provider that you can even use local Malaysia payment gateway that have credit card, as long as they have a credit card option that enables you to accept credit card payments, then you can use that for overseas. So you just you can just inform the customers or put in your website that you accept credit card, Visa and Master. So they can just use credit card to accept to make the purchase. And this will go through your local payment gateway. So if you're using a Malaysian payment gateway, but you will need to make sure that they have credit card option. So turn on the credit card option. So some payment gateway, they don't have credit card option. They only have FPX, online banking. So you need to make sure to use the payment gateway that have credit card. Like for example, I'm using Senang Pay. Senang Pay is a local Malaysia payment gateway, and they have credit card options. So I'm able to sell my products to outside of Malaysia. So even Singapore, I've got Singapore customers, so they pay using credit card. So another option is you can use PayPal. PayPal, I'm not sure like how common is PayPal when it comes to like online shopping in Singapore, but I think like PayPal, not many people are using, so I think the usage is going down. But if there is no other option that you can offer PayPal, I think so it's really easy for like people to use PayPal to make purchases from internationally. So those are the different options. There are also other payment gateways like Stripe. Stripe is also a good one that you can use to accept payments from Singapore. But any credit card option will do. So if your local payment gateway, they have credit card option, take that credit card option and then you can accept credit card. So that will be a good way to accept payments from Singapore. Okay, and aside from the website, so about the delivery as well. So when they make a purchase, then you need to deliver, right? So you need to mention that you provide delivery to Singapore, and then we will talk about delivery later on after my session. So aside from the brand.com, the online store, the website, people in Singapore, they also use WhatsApp. So actually, like 97% uses WhatsApp within the age of like 18 and 50. So it's a really high percentage of the people using WhatsApp. So the social commerce, they call it social commerce, buying from WhatsApp is still happening in Singapore as well. So not just Malaysia, Singapore is also, they are actively buying products through WhatsApp. So you can use EasyStore to make this process more efficient. So EasyStore has a WhatsApp sales channel. You can enable this WhatsApp sales channel. And what this means is that, okay, you are able to create like a catalog. So for example, featured products or top 10 products, or just every product you have, you can put it into the catalog. So it gives you the link. And then with that link, you just send the link to the customer that wants to make the purchase via WhatsApp, and then they'll click, and then it will go through this checkout process, and then they can make payment. So you can link this with the payment gateway that I mentioned just now. So it doesn't need to go through your website. But of course, you need to set the currency and everything first. Okay, aside from WhatsApp, other social commerce is also Facebook and Instagram shopping. So this is also popular in Singapore as well. So with EasyStore, what you can do is you can synchronize your products directly to Facebook and Instagram. You can use a Facebook catalog for this, and you can enable Instagram shopping as well as Instagram shoppable posts. So inside what Instagram shoppable post means that you can actually tag the image with your product, so that when they click on it, they can check out. So with Facebook also have Facebook Shop. And in Facebook, you can also tag your product as well. So this is also common in Singapore. So Singapore, they are quite tech savvy and they are innovative. So anything new like this, it's very easy for them to adapt. So try to look into this as well. So Facebook and Instagram shopping. And then there's also selling on a live stream on Facebook Live. This is also popular in Singapore. So what I mean by live stream selling is that they do Facebook Live, and then they will sell the products on the spot. So they sell the products during the Facebook Live. And then usually what the current process is that if somebody is interested, they would screenshot that particular product during the live, and then they would send a WhatsApp or message the seller the screenshot. So they would say, okay, they are interested in that. And then the seller would send them a link or how to purchase, bank account and so on. So that would be the existing process. But with EasyStore, what you can do is you can automate that process. So if they are interested to buy, they just key in the product code and then +1. It will automatically send them a Facebook message via Messenger with the link to check out the product. So they just click on it and then they just go through the checkout. Okay, so as you can see here, what EasyStore is, EasyStore is a multiple sales channel. So it allows you to manage all of these different channels. And EasyStore also have integration with like Shopee Singapore, for example. But like I mentioned just now, it's quite hard to get into Shopee Singapore. You will need to have an account with Shopee Singapore as well, or go through the Shopee international platform. So we have Shopee, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, your own online store. So you manage all of those orders all within one order management. So which makes it easier compared to like single sales channel, where you are just selling on one platform, which can be quite risky. So we believe that the future of e-commerce is selling in multiple sales channel, so that you can mitigate the risk, so that if something happens on a particular platform, a particular sales channel, you still have other sales channel to work with to back up that sales channel. And when it comes to multiple sales channel, it also requires resources, right? You maybe like a lot of you are just home-based sellers, solopreneurs, or a small team. You don't have that much resources to manage all of these sales channels at the same time. So this is where EasyStore helps. You can make the process more efficient so that you don't use as much resources. So even if you're a solopreneur, you can easily manage multiple sales channels within one platform. So those of you that are not using EasyStore or don't have a website, and then you are looking to go into Singapore, so of course you need a website that is able to do multi-currency and accept payments from Singapore. So you can try EasyStore for free. You can scan this barcode, QR code, or you can just go to the link below, go.easystore.co/webinar-sg. So you can just sign up, get a free account. So the free account is limited to one sales channel. So if you want to upgrade and then test out the other sales channels as well, then all you have to do is just upgrade to the paid plan, and then you are able to handle multiple sales channels. All right, so that's it from me. So I think we'll just go through the questions real quick. Okay, so about EasyParcel will be after this. Okay, what's the potential for the Singaporeans to buy food such as instant premix for chocolate brownies? So if it's like dried food, then shouldn't be a problem. It just comes to your packaging and delivery. So delivery we'll discuss after this as well. Okay. EasyParcel stuff, payment gateway. Any recommendations for payment gateway that offers the best rate to accept international payments? Currently, the well-known gateways are offering services at a package price. They may be too high for new startups. So like I mentioned just now, you can use credit cards. So you can look into local payment gateway as well that provides a credit card option. So just compare the credit card. You can get around like 3%. I think with Senang Pay, I'm not sure, like others like EGSL, IP88, you can just check on that. So you can still use local payment gateway as long as they offer credit card. So look at the credit card charges. Usually it's around like 3 to 4%. That would be a good rate. But remember, you are selling to Singapore, so they are paying in dollars as well. So in terms of the retail price, you can always make the retail price higher, a bit higher, because you are selling to Singapore and they are paying in Singapore dollars. So you can mark up that the percentage in terms of the product. So also consider that as well. Okay, charge in MYR and then they pay via credit card. Yes, you can, but in terms of the experience, you would need to test out, is the experience like, is it good for them if they see Ringgit Malaysia as the pricing? Because they would need to convert. If they are used to seeing and buying stuff in Singapore dollars, then if they see in MYR, it might like throw them off. So this has to do with more of like experience from the seller, the buyer side, the shopper. So you need to test that out, and it's possible because it will always charge. It's international. It's considered international payment. So if they use that credit card and then you charge in MYR, it will just convert with their bank account, the credit card bank account. Okay, different price on other currency instead of auto conversion. If you are using the same store, then it's considered conversion. So if you want to do like a separate like Singapore, this website is purely targeting Singapore and Singapore content, Singapore pricing, then you would need to have a separate website for that. Right. Selling skincare products, delivery. Okay, anything about delivery, we can go on to the next session. Okay, yeah, as is, people are using Stripe. Yep, Stripe is a good one that you can use, but the Stripe charges is a bit higher. But in terms of how good it is, I'm getting some good I think I'm hearing good things about Stripe as well, but you need to be careful as the like what are you are selling, like the policy, the terms and conditions. You need to be you really need to know what are the terms and conditions are of this payment gateway, especially Stripe, because there might be some issues where like the stuff that you are selling is goes against their terms and conditions. So it might like happen where your like payment gets locked or freeze by Stripe. So this is something that you need to check out. So always ask them and get more information about what you sell and everything, and go into their terms of service. All right, so I think that's it. We can go to the next session. So I would like to invite in Masura from EasyParcel.
Hi, thank you, Amiro. It's a great sharing. Okay, so let's start. Let's start on how to send to Singapore in easy way. Okay, so okay, first of all, before I start, can audience tell right number one if this is your first time trying to send to Singapore or you never sent to Singapore? Can you type number one in the chat so that I can see how many of you is the first time? Oh, there's a lot of you. So meaning that now, wow, thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Okay, so for today, you can ask anything later in Q&A, and I will teach you step by step on how to send to Singapore or international. Can be both, but we will focus more on Singapore today, okay? So let's start. Okay, okay. For first time, for newbie who want to send to Singapore or international, their most worried is first, the postage must be expensive and hassles of documentation, right? Okay, but do you know that book international courier online as simple as ABC? Yes, you don't have to worry a lot because in EasyParcel we provide you the simplest way to send to Singapore. Okay, first, for those who never heard about EasyParcel before, okay, let me brief you a bit. EasyParcel is an online booking platform for multiple of courier, domestic and international, where for international, you can quote such as Aramet, Janyo, Teleport, FedEx, SF Express, TNT, and many more. Yes, you can choose and you can compare the rate. Okay. So before we want to start on how to book shipment to Singapore, okay, here's our craft trendy product for 2021. What to sell in Singapore. Okay, as Amirul have shared before, but this is more specific to craft product. Okay, so first is dresses, second is facial cleanser, third is perfume, fourth is household cleaning product, fifth is tea, sixth is shoes, seven is mobile phone cases, 8 is action and toy figures, 9 is mug, 10 is handbag, 11 is herb and spices, and 12 is candle. I know some of you must questioning, like some of this is prohibited item maybe yes, maybe not. I will explain to you on prohibited item later. Okay, so let's start step by step on how to book to Singapore. Okay, first, okay, in EasyParcel, any international shipment, you need to buy credit card. But this one is not for us to charge you through credit card, no. This one is just for security purpose. Okay, charge is still using prepaid payment, meaning that for those who never use EasyParcel want to try to use, okay, EasyParcel payment is prepaid payment where you need to top up, and then like for example, you can top up as low as 20 ringgit, then Like for example, your postage is 5 ringgit. So we will deduct from your 20 ringgit credit that you have top up in your EasyParcel account only. Okay? So for international shipment, you need to buy credit card for security purpose. Okay, then only you can start to book, or maybe you can book in the middle of booking, you can buy your credit card. Either way, okay? So first, we are using single parcel, okay, where actually once you register and log in EasyParcel, you will see the button of single parcel. So once you click, if you want to send international, what you need to do is first you fill in your postcode. Our system will detect which state are you from, and then if you want to send international, you just need to choose the country. We have more than 200 countries, and of course, if you want to send Singapore, you click on Singapore, or you can search, you can type on it Singapore, then it will come out there, and fill in the postcode and also the weight. Once you fill I will go through the weight later. Okay, so once you fill in all, then you click on quote and book. So what happens is EasyParcel will list down courier service that available together with estimated duration or shipment duration and also rate. Yes, you can see the rate first before you book. So example, if you are selling through WhatsApp, or maybe you are selling from TikTok and you receive an order, then customer asks you regarding rate, then you can check first the rate to give the estimation. Okay? So once you, like for example, you choose one courier, what will happen is EasyParcel will pop out information. This is very important for you to read because here's we state about the maximum weight, the basic insurance, the time frame, and then once you agree, then you just click on agree and book. Then you need to fill in all the details delivery required. Okay? Okay, but why I emphasize on the receiver detail is because as most of you know that address for outside of Malaysia is different from address in Malaysia. The postcode also some have numbers, some have capitals, all those. So if you have difficulty, like the your postcode, your receiver postcode can't detect or the city can't detect, you can anytime reach us through social media or email. We will assist you because we have team for international shipment to assist. Okay, because some just because you put dash there, then it can't be detected already. So yeah, it's very sensitive, can say like that, for address receiver. Okay. So next, once you make payment, what you will get is a PDF for you to print. Okay, for international shipment, there is a special document which is commercial invoice. Okay, for commercial invoice, what you need to do is make sure you sign the commercial invoice. Second, if you print using A4 paper or sticker, make sure you separate them or maybe put in, if you're using transparent pouch, make sure you put in the pocket together, or if you are using sticker, you stick the envelope on top of the parcel, but for commercial invoice, do not stick, put on the transparent pouch, okay? Because commercial invoice is not for your receiver, it's for custom purpose. So custom needed to see what product you are sending, okay? So this is the example of AOB that you will receive once you done make payment. So regarding prohibited item, there's a lot of question regarding this. Okay, but okay, what I want to tell you, this is the general one, meaning that food, liquid, collagen, electronic item, cosmetic, skincare product is the general one. But okay, every courier have different list of prohibited items, and every country also have different list of prohibited items. So if you want to double sure, like for example, you want to send food, yes, food is quite hard to pass, but Actually, our team can check with courier if your product can be sent or not, and we will tell you what the documentation needed as well. So if you are sending food, especially food, you can just reach to us and we will assist you from there. Because you need to choose, like for example, you choose Janyo, and then you reach our customer support to confirm. Is this my product? Is it my product can send? And then our customer support will contact with Janyo to confirm, and then we'll get back to you so that if you are sending like prohibited or no composite item, at least you've been aware about it. Okay? Yeah. And here is the link. I will share to you the link in the chat as well for the list of prohibited items for international. Okay? Because I can say that international is how to say, it's really depend on which product. So you can easily contact us if you want to double sure about your product. Okay. So in general, okay, this one because I know a lot of you interest to send food and you have demand on like overseas want to taste your product. So this is the general, but there is no specific documentation that custom will require. So the general one will be manufacturer document, MSDS, and ingredient list. This is I just give you the brief what custom will ask. So if you are sending prohibited, you just need to ready for our customer support to reach you. If custom ask for it, if custom not ask, then your parcel will just send as normal. Okay. Then here's are the tips. What to consider when you send international parcel or to Singapore parcel. Okay. First, parcel weight. So this is why I want to cover for parcel weight. Okay, parcel weight have two, which is actual weight and volumetric weight. Okay, what is actual weight? It's a weight on the weight scale digital. Like when you put the parcel and then you can see it's kg or those. But what is volumetric weight? For those who not know or this is your first time to hear about volumetric weight, okay, volumetric weight is the width and length and height. Like for example, if you are sending something big, because international normally people will use box, right? Okay, like for example, you are sending something big like something big box. Okay, what you should do is you need to compare. You need to weigh on the weight scale. If for example the result of weight scale is 3 kg, but when you measure weight time length time height, your result is 5 kg. So what you need to do is you need to fill in whichever higher. If your result of volumetric weight is higher, then on the weight section you put 5 kg. Okay, it's like that. So that, okay, why this is important? Because first, international shipment is very strict. Second, so that you will not be charged for weight dispute or penalty charge. So it's very important for you to put the right weight. Okay. So second is duty and tax. Okay, as you see, in EasyParcel, we are just charged on shipping rate. For duty and tax, we automatically put under receiver, meaning that, okay, because duty and tax is very, can say flexible, because some parcel will be charged for tax, but some parcel will not. So what you can do is, if you have customer from Singapore, you can check how much the duty and tax estimation, like that. So that when, like for example, if you can already inform first, you can inform if you don't want your customer to pay. First, you need to inform EasyParcel saying that okay, I want to pay for any extra duty and duty and tax that custom will charge, if custom charge. And then second, what you need to do is, okay, for example, if you're sending clothes or maybe electronic, so you can check estimation on how much custom will charge. So you just, okay, once you choose to book international and choose the country, what will happen is you will see at the below there is a volumetric weight calculator and also tax and duty calculator. This is just for international. So once you click, you will see exactly what in our screen now. So you just choose the country, choose the category, and choose the value. Then you will see that estimation how much the duty and tax. This one you need to tell customer because it's very important. Because some customer will receive a call and saying that they will be charged. So it's not surprise already. You can educate customer on this. Okay. So third, okay, as Amiro mentioned before, Singapore mostly use English or Mandarin or Chinese. So make sure, even the name, make sure you don't use Chinese keyboard, Chinese character, but you can use Pinyin and English character. Because if you use the special character, right, what will happen is it will distract the whole, it will distract the address. Yeah, you will see once you print out, the address have a weird symbol there. So make sure you don't use Chinese keyboard. Yeah. Okay. So lastly, you need to consider to use bubble wrap, or I'll consider to use inflatable bubble wrap because first it's a long journey. Second, if you are sending something that can break, use as much as bubble wrap as possible because we never know how a courier will handle your parcel. And we hope that when customer receive your order, it will be as good as when you send it. Okay. So for those who interested to register in EasyParcel, you can scan this QR code, and here is the link as well for you to scan. But don't worry, not finished yet. Okay, we have one special voucher to give for all attendees where you can get 20 ringgit off when you book international using SF Express. Okay, just copy this code, and then once you can claim the voucher later in EasyParcel. Okay, so now congrats, you are ready to send to Singapore and international as well. Should I continue with Q&A? Let me try. EasyParcel fees. Okay, first of all, I hope to know about EasyParcel fee. EasyParcel do not charge any fee. Okay, we just charge on shipment fee. And yes, for international, all is pick up first. All is pick up, and there's no charge for pick up. This is the first one. Okay, okay. Then for Bonyang Tan, Mr. Tan. Okay, for this one, as I mentioned before, food, cosmetic, it's really depend on which courier first, and also it's better for you to choose one courier and confirm with us so that we can double confirm with courier and help you to to ship in to Singapore international. Okay, but for sure for Singapore, e-cigarette is a big no, and any electronic that have battery inside is also a big no. That is the most big no for international. Okay. Then we are selling skincare product. Can we deliver liquid product to Singapore? This one also same. Liquid is actually under prohibited, but then there is some courier that accept liquid that no alcohol. No alcohol. So this one for skincare product or any liquid, we really recommend you to check with us for this. You need to choose courier and then just email us and we will assist from there. Okay. So from Nazaria, how to limit the courier provider? Oh, this one is for Amiro. Okay. Then for Ming Teng, some of them are sanitizer and animals really very dangerous good can be delivered with no extra support. Okay, for this one, some product hand sanitizer and animal wood spray is aerosol can. For this one, as is already clarified as dangerous good, we will not recommend you to send to Singapore or international because normally the parcel will be rejected. Because I tell you clearly because international is quite strict. So if things that really cannot, then I better tell cannot. Okay. Okay, next for Vanessa, can I send facial cleanser? Okay. Do I need to register the product? Yes, it's better for you to have a registration product for you to send to any international because any requirement is not from Malaysia custom. Some is from Malaysia custom, but some will after Malaysia custom clear, then they will then the parcel will ship to the country that you choose, right? The receiver country. Then it will be filtered from receiver country as well. Yeah. So it's better for you to have a registration or any documentation prepared if you want to send such as liquid. Okay. Okay, next we go for Cassandra. Can we reverse post SG to KL? Okay, for this one, okay, Cassandra. Okay, first, if you want to reverse from Singapore to KL, you need to have a Singapore EasyParcel account first. Okay, then you can send international, meaning you can send to Malaysia using your EasyParcel Singapore account. Any paperless or and for Singapore paperless, this one I think we have paperless in Singapore, but it's just within Singapore, delivery within Singapore. But we do not have delivery international using paperless. Yes. Okay. Then one Nur Hidayah. When you no tax is charged. Okay. When you book in EasyParcel, we will just give you the delivery fee, meaning the delivery fee for that courier. But for tax, it's really depend on that country. If they want to charge, then they will charge. If they don't want to charge, then you'll be good to go. That's why if you want to like double sure how much, then you can use this one. Yeah, you can check the estimated tax. Estimated tax in EasyParcel. If sell food as a gift, yeah, okay. If sell food as a gift, if send food as a gift, okay. Do you need to provide? Yes, yes. Actually, even as a gift, if it's a food and custom will require for it, but it's really depend. For me, it's better for you to prepare, even for food as a gift or any food. It's better for you to prepare the documentation. Okay? Can deliver lottery ticket, physical ticket. Okay, for this one, alright, lottery ticket is considered as like check. Can I say, because it has value, but it's also can consider as document. So for this one, for you to have a smooth delivery, we will suggest you to contact us through our email so that our international team will assist and double check on this. Okay? Okay, Casey, how do I set your ocean? How to set your ocean? TV option. For Casey, how do I set the delivery option and charge for EasyParcel in EasyStore? This one, I think Amirul can help. Right, Amirul? I will pass this question to Amirul. Okay. So for BB Nosafina, okay. I'm selling herbs as a fee. Okay. Can I deliver the product to Singapore? ST is very trending product in Singapore. Should be okay, because coffee is prohibited item because it's in powder, but for tea, you need to depend on which courier you want to choose. I mean, it's really depend on which courier you want to choose. I think should be okay, but it's better for you to double check with our international team. Okay. Then Fahmi, what is the maximum weight to deliver to Singapore? Okay, for maximum weight is depend on which courier do you choose. Because like for example, right? Okay, if you can see here. Okay. Okay, once you choose a courier, EasyParcel will pop up the information. So from here you can see. Actually, for example, SF Express, the maximum weight is 44, but maybe for Jalnyo will be different, and for Aramet will be different. So my suggestion is for you to directly go to EasyParcel, just quote and book, and then you will get the answer there. Okay. All right. So. For facial cleanser, so that's all for chat itself.
Mastura, I think Vanessa just asked another question.
Oh, really? Okay. Can the courier company settle payment or can courier company settle payment? Cannot, because tax and duty is need to be paid either by sender or receiver. So courier is not involved in tax and duty. Okay, Vanessa? I'm selling gift for Kelly. Hi Kelly, I'm selling gift for. Can I send soap? Soap should be no problem. Should be no problem. You can send soap. International. How about LED? Lead LED is under electronic, but they do not have battery. So it's better for you to double confirm with our LED light, the one that you need to cucuk to get the light, right? I know. But for LED light, it's better for you to double confirm. Even though from my side, I think should be smooth, the delivery should be smooth, but then it's better for you to confirm with our international team, so that, because all I want is when you send international, you have a smooth delivery. So it's better for you to double confirm. Then your heart also will be eased when you send it. Okay? Thank you too, Kelly. Okay. So, any more question? No more, right?
All right. Okay. Yeah, so we can still open up the Q&A for any last questions from the participants. Is there any more questions? No more? Last one? Last.
Hi, yeah, I saw Fami or send Q&A just now.
Sorry, there's still some more Q&A. Oh, Fami, yes, Fami wanted to answer. Where can I get full details and info for what actual things cannot be delivered to Singapore?
All right, for this one, okay, let me share with you the list in chat so that everyone can click and save it or share it. Okay. Okay, here. All right, so here you go. So as you can see, there is a domestic and international for you to refer. So you can refer this link for more information. Okay?
Yep. So Mastura has actually shared the link in the chat box, so you can quickly save it. Otherwise, it should be on the EasyParcel website. I think Mastura, maybe you can also share your international team's contact details, because in terms of, sort of gray area parcels like liquids, skincare, cosmetics, it may be able to be sent via certain couriers, right? That our merchants would need to double check with your international team first to help out. So I think it will be really helpful if you can put the contacts in the chat box. So don't leave yet until Mastura does that, okay, attendees? As well as in terms of settings on EasyStore with EasyParcel, I think some of your questions were in regards of setting the currency, setting the certain couriers using EasyParcel on EasyStore. My colleague Hannah will also put in contact details into the chat box, so that our team, EasyStore team, can actually reach out to you as well, or you can reach out to us and we'll help you on that. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to share my final screen.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, stop sharing. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So also really exciting news is that EasyParcel and EasyStore has partnered up for our users, for both EasyParcel and EasyStore users, that if you just top up a minimum of 20 ringgit on EasyParcel, you will be able to enjoy logistic rates. So from 5 ringgit as per the 2,000 ringgit package. So every time you top up 20 ringgit, you will be able to enjoy the rates that is in the 2,000 ringgit package. So that can be found, the special link can actually be found in the EasyParcel App Store, So all you need to do is actually just log into your admin panel on EasyStore and then go to EasyParcel in the App Store. And then in the description, there is the special link there. So you can go, it's already up, so you can go and try it out. Also, for those who are using EasyParcel but it's not using EasyStore yet, you can actually just scan this QR code and you can just sign up on our free plan and try it out. You can also go to the link below, which is go.easystore.co/webinar-sg as well. So we will put this in the chat box too. All right. So if there is no further questions anymore, Amirul, do you want to add anything? Mastura, do you want to add anything for our attendees today?
No.
Yeah, from my side, I hope you guys clear. If anything, just reach us out, okay?
Yes. All right. Okay. So thank you all for joining and spending your evening with us. We really hope that you've learned something from us, and always you can reach out to us anytime for any further questions after this. All right. Thank you guys so much. See you.